Okay, guys, this is my persuasive speech. This is my audience over here. I got my mom recording the camera, and this is my aunt from the UK and my uncle from Syria. And now we're gonna start on my persuasive speech. If your brain is like a city, then depression can put it to a halt. Depression is a mood disorder that causes a feeling of sadness and loss of interest. It affects how you feel, think, and behave. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems, and sometimes you may feel as if life isn't worth living. Most causes of depression are genetic. That means 50% are unrelated to genes. They are physical or psychological factors. One of those causes are the habits such as smoking, unhealthy diet, drugs, and alcohol, which is the main one, overconception. Because the last one caused differences in brain structure and function, which cause mental health disorder. The treatment consists of counseling such as therapy and medication that reduce the desire of drinking. Another cause of depression is stressful life events such as sudden death. It's really hard to lose a beloved person. This will affect a lot on your mental health. This person needs a while to be healed from this shock, and he will need a lot of peer support from his close relative, friends, or somebody who really care about him. Do not leave him alone for a long time. Listen to him without judgment. Let him understand his emotion and speak about himself. Another cause of depression can be family problems such as divorce. When kids are involved, they think they are the reason for a divorce, especially when they witness all the arguments and fights between their parents. In my opinion, these kids are supposed to be away from all their parents' problems. When the parents are getting a divorce, the parents are supposed to explain to the kids the reason they are getting a divorce. The parents aren't supposed to use the kids to force them to do what they want. When a divorce happens, both sides are supposed to think about the kids and what's best for them. They're supposed to act as friends, not as enemies. And if anyway the divorce affects mentally on their kids, they are supposed to try to find therapy or counseling to help their kids to pass the situation and doesn't affect their decision into the future. Divorce is often stressful and emotionally taxing for both parties involved and their children and other family members. Children will feel a sense of loss or confusion and may experience behavioral issues. Providing resources for couples to strengthen their relationships before marriage can help them develop better communication skills and conflict resolution strategies, potentially reducing the likelihood of divorce. Another cause of depression is poverty. The poor need to work harder to pay their bills, the cost of living, food, and things have went expensive, and poverty is associated with volatile income and expenditures. The worries and uncertainty can worsen mental health. Being poor isn't just about lacking material resources, it's also an emotional experience involving shame, anger, and hope. According to the National Survey of Drug Use and Health, an estimated 9.8 million adults aged 18 or older in the US had a serious mental illness. 2.5 million adults are living below the poverty line. To reduce poverty, the government has also made long-term investments in areas such as housing, clean water, health, transportation, early learning, childcare, skills and development. Employment. Another source of depression is COVID-19. Many people had to stay home for safety and had to work from home, and kids had to do remote learning from home. COVID-19 caused an increased risk of depression during active infection and for months following. There was no social life during COVID-19. People had to distance themselves from other people and people couldn't gather to see families. Another case of depression is social media. Using social media activates the brain's reward center by releasing dopamine, a feel-good chemical, linked to pleasurable activities such as sex, food, and social interactions. The platforms are designed to be addictive and are associated with anxiety, depression, and even physical ailments. More time spent on social media can lead to cyberbullying, social anxiety, depression, and exposure to content that is not age appropriate. Research shows that a break from repetitive scrolling and constant notifications can improve mental health and quality of life, no matter how long you choose to cut off social media access. The seventh cause of depression is change in life, such as changing jobs or changing schools. It's really hard to make friendship and find new friends. Starting a new job can be a stressful time. Everything is new, from your coworkers to your responsibilities. While it can be exciting, it can also contribute to your depression or other mental health conditions like anxiety. Research on stress shows that the brain biologically perceives changing jobs as one of a category of life changes that pose a threat to its survival. The solutions to work problems is to allow time for reflection, utilize communication and collaboration, stay positive, be flexible, practice wellness, and stay centered on purpose/meaning. Eighth cause of depression is illness. People who have a chronic disease are at a higher risk of depression. People who have a chronic disease are at a higher risk of developing depression. You may have a higher risk of depression if you have a long-standing or life-threatening illness, such as coronary heart disease, cancer, or a condition that causes long-term pain. The solution for chronic illness is cognitive behavioral therapy. It's the primary form of talk therapy used to help people who live with a chronic illness. That's all for my persuasive speech. Thank you for watching.